Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today, I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxys map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 in the northwest, and then with Team 2 in the southeast. Starting off with Team 1's southern player, and then going along the front line, we have in glow-in-the-dark green, it is Carl. He's playing as a Cybern for this match as a 1600. To his northeast, we have in ruby red, it is Storm Lantern playing as a Cybern as well. He is an 1800. And rounding out Team 1's front line, we have in regal purple, it is Mui playing as a UEF. He is a 2000 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 1. To his west, in Barbie Pink, is Bro B playing as another Cybern here for Team 1. He is a 1300. And in Amethyst Purple, to his southwest, is Saizon playing as a Seraphim as a 1600. And rounding up the northwestern corner of the map, we have in Orange Color Orange, it is Kavanaugh playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1700. So for Team 1's side of the map, they have 3 Cyberns, 1 UEF, 2 Seraphim, no Aeon Tech for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's northeastern player, and then going along their front line as well, we have in Chevy Crimson, it is Guys playing as a Cybern. He is a 1300. Lots of Cyberns for this game. To his southwest, we have in Imperial Gray, it is Azuros playing as a Seraphim. He is a 2100. To his southwest, we have in Stitch Blue, customary color for Will-O-Wisp. He's playing as a UEF as a 2200, the highest rated player on Team 2 and in the game overall. And I surmise that he will be maybe the first one out, or one of the first ones out, because a lot of players on the other team like to target him first, so just be aware of that. To his east, we have, well, he's already on the move, I should say, in Rust. It is Themo playing as a UEF. He is a 1200. To his northeast, we have in Tropical Ocean Blue, it is Clinch. He's playing as a UEF. He is a 1400. And I will say he does match those crystalline structures pretty nicely. And to his southeast, we have in Royal Blue, Lieutenant Lich playing as an 1800. As a UEF, he is, again, like I said, a UEF in Royal Blue. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 4 UEF, 1 Cybern, and 1 Seraphim. No Aeon Tech for Team 2 and Team 1, which means for the entirety of the match, there are no Aeon players. Apologies to those loyal to the Princess. Hopefully you enjoy the game nonetheless. And for these 12 players on the map, let's take a look at the reclaim situation. Currently sitting at not even 8,000 mass, which, again, it's about 600. It's about 600 mass per player, which is something. It's not great, but it's something. There are, a couple of clumps at 800, so that's definitely worth going after. Taking a look at where our players are headed off to in this game, we have 3 players headed to the west. Actually, more like 4 players headed to that western side. That's everybody on Team 2 except Clinch and Guys, who are heading more in the northwest direction. We have 1 player for Team 1 moving in, and that's Carl, with 2 other players behind him moving in to assist. Eastern side, we see 3 players on Team 1, that being Storm, Broby, and Mui, moving in to cut off the eastern front for Team 2. So it looks like there's going to be more of a flipping going on, where Team 1's probably going to gain control of the entire northern half, and Team 2's going to gain the entire control of the southern half. Calm on calm action already started between Carl and Will-O-Wisp, but I didn't want to jinx things for Will-O-Wisp, but he is being blitzed down immediately. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Carl has a mission, and he's going to eliminate Will-O-Wisp from the game. So, again, high-value target here for Team 1, and they're going after him immediately. So, apologies to Will-O-Wisp through the ether. That kind of just jinxed you a little bit there. Apologies. Gun, speed, and range started here for Azuros in the middle. And taking a look at the mechs locations on the map, we don't have a huge clumpage of them. There is a quad mechs right next door to Clinch, and there's a couple of mechs in the northeast and southwestern corners. A lot of one-offs, nothing too clumpy, and that's really about it that I can see. So it's going to be more focused on artificial eco, whether that's RAS, whether that's Mats Fabs, whether that's RAS on board the comms themselves, because RAS comms and whatnot. So we'll see how it goes in terms of the eco situation. We have Carl now being shot at by Themo. He gets under the water for a brief moment, and now Themo will shoot at Carl's comm. Looks like Carl, again, trying to get out of there. I think he pushed a little bit too far forward, especially with there being 3 players from Team 2 right here. Not looking too good there. We have come action in the northeast between the 2 red players in the game, Storm and Rye Guys. Both of them are Cybern, so no calm advantages there. In the northeast, we do see Team 1's going for more of a defensive upgrade for the T2 engineering suite. And in the east and the west, we have 2 T2 upgrades for Clinch and for Saison. We have Themos still trying to blitz down that comm of Carl, trying to get some revenge for his teammate Will-O-Wisp. We do see Team 1 land facility tried to be built. Looks like it will actually intercept the comm of Carl and Themos engagement. Kavanaugh moving in to assist. And Carl will most likely get out of there. 1,000 hit points remaining. Definitely going to have to watch out for some stray bombers, which are now inbound. So that's definitely something to be concerned about. Again, he's should be fine for the first bombing run. There are a couple of AA nearby, some Sky Slammers. That bomber doesn't move in for some reason. Carl taking some fire to his back. Nothing too hot for him, though. He does have some shielding, I would hope, on board that comm. Themo now being pushed back a couple units from Carl. And in the northeast, Rye Guys is eliminated by Storm Lantern. Don't really know exactly what happened there. Looks like he just had a one-on-one situation. No comm has gun. So that was interesting, but apologies for missing that. That is the first kill of the game. Goes to Team 1, 6v5 in their favor. We do see Azuros pushing in on the western side, and that will majorly force back Team 2 on this eastern side. And it kind of just drives the point home that Team 1 is going to grab the entire northern half. But we do see, like I said, Azuros pushing in. Team 1 PD emplacement does go down. Saison has T2. Azuros has gun, which will favor Team 2's Azuros just because he has the range advantage on Saison. Western side, we do see Kavanaugh was able to extract Carl, and gun has been started on board Themos comm. Will-O-Wisp is back here going for T2 engineering suite. And in the middle, we see a lot of Team 1 spam inbound. Stealth started for Carl, not going... Oh, he's probably going for Nano, so he has to build Stealth first, and then gun started for Kavanaugh there. Gun started for Clinch. Gun started for Storm, and gun started for Broby. Lots of guns. Lots and lots of guns. Love to see it. He says returning the favor to all... Huh. I don't know what that's in reference for. Lots of Team 1 spam inbound for this base to the eastern side. I think that this is now Clinch's secondary base. This is secondary base because he's UEF. Lots of T2 mexes going down. Team 2 is going to lose a little bit of eco from this. The leads not really favoring one team or the other. They kind of will start to a little bit, though, with a lot of the death in this base. There are some T2 units inbound from the south. Looks like Clinch's main base. Moving into assist the front line there. Gun now started here on board. Carl's come. Did not go for Nano, but we have Nano started for Themo. And we have Stealth started for Broby in the north as well. So T2 units on the station. A couple of mexes. One specifically was killed off, but they were able to drive back Team 1's forces. Gun is almost done here for Carl. He's back up into the yellow. And we have Saison going for some T2 PD. T2 started for Azuros as well, so trying to establish a nice little frontline position for him. Grab a couple of mexes to boot, because why not? We do have Will-O-Wisp gaining the entire control of the southwestern corner. A lot of nonsensical movement that can happen over here in terms of pathfinding. I don't really think this area will be used that much. There's a little bit of a bridge here, as you can see, but it's not really that great to pass, especially T3 units. I highly doubt, I should say, that the T3 units, or maybe T4 units are probably what I'm thinking about, moving through that area of the map. Maybe. I don't think they can cross that land bridge right there. We have Kavanaugh going after Azuros' comments. Gun versus gun. T2 engineering suite had to be canceled for Azuros. Then now we see the forces inbound from the north of Storm to assist. Tactical missile started on board Moise comm in the northeast. Possible Billy Nuke has been thought about, maybe. And gun started for Lieutenant Lich's comm as well. We have Will-O-Wisp with T2 engineering suite moving in to intercept a couple of units, but kind of they're down there and he's up there. It kind of doesn't work out that way. Themo versus Carl and Kavanaugh versus Azuros. Still lots of T1 spam from Themo to try to intercept Kavanaugh's comm. And we have inbound units from Saison. We have Carl, of course, behind Themo. And Azuros pops out of the water to go after Kavanaugh. He's at 3,000 hit points. He is at 4,000. And it could be a murder-suicide situation happening. It will drop the game to a 5v4 if it does happen. If Kavanaugh could just get a couple more units killed off, he would get some veterancy. Azeros and Kavanaugh in the water. Bomber inbound. Themo goes for the shot, and he actually accidentally kills off Azeros as well because of the explosion. Ooh, that's a little rough, but kills secure? Question mark. And Carl going after Themo's comm. Themo dropping into the low yellows. T1 bombers inbound to try to soften up the hit points a little bit. 5,000 remain. 4,500 remain. He does have nano on board, which helps out a little bit, but he needs to stay under the water. We have some bombers inbound again to really drive that point home. T3 air online for Team 2, and I would assume Team 1, especially at 13 minutes. Yep. We have a secondary air player. Oh, yeah, we do have a secondary air player for Team 1. And no secondary air player from Themo, but he has been pumping out a lot of bombers, so kind of. My mom was speak to me, so I messed up my build order. Huh. Interesting. It's like my dog ate my homework or something. Themo back up to 5,500, and Carl at the same. Again, he doesn't have nano on board, so he's only regenning 24, while Themo's regenning 56, so definitely a little bit better for Team 2, but now it's a 5v4. Like I said, Team 1 has lost only one player, and Team 2 has lost two of them, one on the east and one on the west. Highest rated player in the game of Will-O-Wisp is still alive on the southwestern corner, and he is not the first or one of the first killed, so he might make it past 20 minutes. You are alive because I don't want to give Willow more eco. That's probably fair. And Theme, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have any of those Wagners online or anything like that, so there wasn't really a chance to snipe him in the water. But I don't know. There's definitely an argument to be made about not killing somebody off because that'll give somebody else eco. Especially Willow. He's a 2200 for a reason, so he does very, very well. Keep poking at him, says Azeros. Talking about Carl. We do see Lieutenant Lich as gun and nano, and Themo has gun and nano. Both of those comms should be more than enough to go after Carl. We do see a couple of hoplites online for Carl, trying to get a little bit of that range advantage with those missiles. And we'll see what ends up happening here. Themo is back up into the green. He gets some veterancy, so now he's really gunning for a fight. Lieutenant Lich should be pushing with his comm as well to assist. He is the rearguard air slot player, so that is something to be concerned about. That's a long walk home, so there's a little bit of water to hide in on the way there, but just again, very concerning being that far forward, especially when we're nearing 20 minutes. On the northeastern side, we have some raids going on, as well as some run-bys from some Titans. We have nano repair started for Storm Lantern, and we have a couple of comms for Team 1 retreating to the back line because they don't want to get sniped, which, again, I don't blame them. Clinch started the shield upgrade. That's going to be done here shortly. And now we have Carl being blitzed down a little bit by those comms of Team 2's Themo and Lieutenant Lich. And they are in range. That stealth upgrade helping a little bit to obfuscate the comm of Carl. And once the ASFs get out of range, they'll lose sight of him. Yep, there he goes. They need constant vision on board. Themo dropping hit points very, very quickly. Needs to be careful. And we do see he's falling back now. He's dropped into the mid-ish yellows. Carl's dropped below the mid-yellow. But he's now at 30 hit points a second, so it's a little bit better. But again, the concern is that he could get blitzed down pretty quickly by those two comms. So it just has to stay a little bit back. Eastern side, still not looking too hot here for Team 2. We have a couple of Percys now online. But there's a lot of inbound T3 units, especially some fast ones, as well as some pillars to back them up. We have Clinch over here to the west. Has that shield upgrade quite nicely displayed. 33,000 hit points in total. And now we have some spearheads online for Will-O-Wisp. No secondary air player for Team 2. Specifically, Team 1 does have T3 air, at least for, like I said, 2 players. Air grid is being expanded upon as we speak, so Team 1 will gain an advantage in air as the game progresses, just due to the fact that they have more people producing ASFs, generally. Couple of Percys online, just taking some pot shots from some of those missiles and some hoplites. So not a good day to be a Percy today. Looks like some just slow eradication of this western front here for Team 1. And Carl's not going for nano. He'll get up to, I think, pretty close to 90, if not 95. Tactical missile started on board. The Seraphim combo of Zone. He can't go for Billy Nuke, but at least he can go for tac missile, so that is something. And it is now almost 20 minutes on the clock. Oh, possible engagement between Storm and Clinch. Clinch again has gun, shield, and T2. Storm has nano and gun. So 90 hit points a second versus the 26 on board the comm. But again, he has 19,000 additional hit points. So will that make a difference? There are a lot of loyalists and a couple being one brick over here. So again, can't EMP the comm. Don't know where that overcharge was going, but looks like he wants to get some more veterancy. He's still at 1 star. He needs to get a little bit more kills to get up to... Oh, now he's at 2 stars. Never mind. So he's getting up there pretty quick. Those T3 units are costly. A couple of units to the northeast here for Willow. Don't know what they're doing up here, but looks like they killed off a bunch of mexes on this northeastern corner. Eco situation is favoring Team 2 at about 100. Kind of jumps between... Whoa, that's a huge drop. It was 90-something. Now it's only 80 or 840. Oh, now it's back to 920. So maybe possible power outage, possibly, maybe, for Team 2. Storm Lantern taking some shots from some Percys. That's not good. He has some bricks inbound to assist his retreat. Not enough overcharge to kill off the comp. Percy misses. And Clinch might be going for blood here. Storm Lantern regenerating 90 hit points a second. T1 bombers inbound to try to at least soften up those hit points a tiny bit, but they can't even get close to range before they get shot out of the sky. Another Percy lands a shot. More bricks inbound. And I think Clinch is going to let him go home. T3 gunship inbound of a whaler that will drive him home and keep Storm alive. But Storm is going to be reeling from that attack. He has at 96 hit points a second regen, so he'll be able to get up and ready to fight again pretty quick. But still, it is concerning. That will probably make him force his way back here just to be a little bit safer. This is now his new main base, so he's going to try to keep that alive as much as possible, but it is concerning. A couple of interceptors will not kill off that whaler, even if there was no AA nearby, because the whaler has AA on board. So there's that. Shield started here for Themo in the southwest. He has nano. We're getting a stationary shield online for Lieutenant Lynch with an Omni array. I always want to call that a satellite. We have an Omni over here for Willow, so technically we have 2 Omnis online. This is what they can see. They know where the comm is, and then this one's a little bit further north and east. They get a little bit more view on where Saizawan is as well. TML lol, says Lieutenant Lich. Where? Where's there a TML? Is that talking about comm, maybe? I mean, there's Saizawan's TML on board is comm. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Well, there was a ping. I don't know what that was about. Eco situation once again. Team 1 in the lead now. 1.1 versus 1.0. So a little bit in favor of Team 1, but nothing too crazy of a lead at this point. Units transferred over to Storm's control from, I think that was Mui who gave those over. He has a lot of Percys and whatnot online for him now. And in the western side, lots of inbound spearhead fire trying to keep that comm moving. And I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, I don't see Pink's ASF, says Azuros. Tactical nuke started on board Willow's comm. He has T3 engineering suite on board. And that might be a comm snipage opportunity. We have Clinch being pushed back a little bit. Lots of inbound fire. We have a couple of Titans stacking up. And Clinch goes for the kill on Storm's comm. Overcharge now. One shot to those bricks. Needs to fall back. Percy's inbound to assist. Lots of Percy fire from the north as well to assist. And actually, Clinch does not get his full shield online. He is actually still getting hit. There goes the full shield. Units dropped off from Willow. Actually given over to Willow. What happened there? That was interesting. Clinch is taking lots of fire. Needs to get out of there. Percy's are going to kill him if he's not too careful. He's dropping hit points very, very quickly. He's trying to get on board the transport. That transport is way too far away. What are you doing? You're going to die before you get there. Yeah, that was not a smart idea. I don't know why he was walking towards that. He had control of the transport. I would have picked it up and moved it and then gone backward. But that was killed here for Team 1. Nonetheless, it is now a 5v3 game. with Willow gaining control of the east, almost the entire eastern side. Actually, scratch that. Now the air player for Lieutenant Lynch gains control of the eastern side. We do see a chicken online here for Team 2's Willow, the Ythotha. I've had some people comment they don't like the labels on the experimentals. I understand that. It was the only mod that I could find that made the icon bigger. One thing I like about it is from a macro view, we can see the entire map, or at least most of the map. You actually know what experimental it is without having to hover over it, so I think that's kind of nice. But I do like the Fat Boy, where it's just a Fat Boy icon. I think that's kind of funny. I wish they kind of would do that, maybe with the other circles, but it's kind of hard to do that. I mean, with a GC, or you could try to do it maybe with a chicken. Maybe you could have a one eye for the Colossus, because he has one eye. We have on the west Whalers inbound. Not a lot of AA in this mix here for Team 2. Definitely needs to get some mobile Cougars and whatnot online. They have some shields, but that's not going to help out with the gunship nonsense. Teemo looking for blood. We have a couple of inbound Autumns from Saison over here from the east. Chicken is going straight for that base. It looks like Team 1 has spotted it, so somebody should be retreating here shortly, at least, unless he hasn't noticed it. Themo's shield is now down. Overcharge kills off another Autumn. You have a couple of Percys coming in to assist that will protect Themo's comm. Billy Nuke is inbound, and this is going to be not a good base here for Team 1 to stack up anymore, because, oh, is he going to get some of the Whalers? No, Whalers going to be out of range. Nice. Boom. Takes out the T3 land headquarters. Knocks out Carl's ability to produce T3 units. Themo needs to be careful. He's dropping hit points very, very quickly here. Ooh, needs to be careful. He's at 5-star veterancy. There's a brick there. We have some Percys inbound to assist. Again, he doesn't have a lot of support nearby. And a couple of sarcastic comments from Carl about a Billy Nuke. We have a monkey online here for Team 1. But to be fair, this is more of a spider bot. So that's what the spider icon. So I think the only ones that have the names is the M, which is the Megalith, the Ythotha, and the GC. So at least 2 of the 5 land experimentals have icons. Have like more of a, I don't know, like not a description, but an icon instead of a letter. That's probably a better way to put it. Anyway, we have Themo going after Carl, and Carl just doesn't care. Sitting at 108 hit points a second region. A couple of Autumns inbound, Whalers inbound, and that's a dead comm of Team 2. That's, yeah, there's no way he's getting out of there in time. Pushed way too far forward. We have Willow right here. He's going to back up and go, no, I'm going home now. And now it is a 5v2 in favor of Team 1, with Willow gaining control of Themo's old base. I would assume Fat Boy online, Chicken online. Where'd that chicken go? Did that chicken end up going in? No, it didn't end up going in. Interesting. I like how the arms move on the Fat Boy. I think that's pretty funny. Eastern side starting to collapse a little bit more. It's not looking good. It's going to probably come down to 8 p.m. at this point. Team 1 has more than double the players that Team 2 has. And that's really going to drive the... Ooh. Ooh, no. They're too fast. He might snipe maybe 1 or 2 of them. None of them, unfortunately. But it was a lovely attempt by Willow, I will admit. ASFs are inbound. Where are the ASFs for Team 1? They're up here to the north. They're nowhere nearby. There's going to kill off a couple of T2 mexes. The T3 mexes will be fine. There's some engineers nearby to be able to rebuild said mexes, so they'll grab 1 T2 mex and just clean sweep those Whalers. Monkey Lord inbound to the east. Fat Boy now starting to push this frontline base for Saison. That's not going to last much longer. There's a lot of T2 PD. There's a lot of TMD to protect the comm. Base here for Carl is kind of just existing. It's not really there anymore. Eastern side, again, that Monkey Lord is really not going to be helpful. Team 2 might start transitioning into long-range technology, whether that's nuke, artillery, or game ender, because, again, Paragon is not... long range, but it can produce long range stuff. Here is the artillery. Started here for Willow. Team 1 in the northwest. Chicken. That's the air player producing chickens. That's interesting. Maybe more air grid. Maybe not necessarily artillery. SACU spam. So we're not at 30 minutes yet, but players should definitely be thinking about how to end the game, especially with there being a 5v2 lead. Team 2 especially needs to think about how to win it because they're definitely not looking too hot. Chicken inbound to intercept the Percy's and Chicken inbound to go after that Monkey Lord. Percy's ripping apart the shielding. Chicken coming in to assist. That's going to really not be helpful for Team 1. Is that Monkey Lord going to just go right in and say hi? I guess that's going to go after some of the Percy's. I wonder why the Chicken isn't trying to chase it down. That's kind of interesting. Just letting it escape. I feel like, well, almost got him with that shot. And there he goes. Okay, so he did get him eventually, but I feel like he could have just got that reclaim wrecked a little bit closer. Couple of units down the middle. This is where that APM is really going to start hurting Team 2, is there's a lot of just poking and prodding. Going down one lane, going around another lane. It's really going to start hurting. Chicken pushing into the middle base here for Team 1. Storm Lantern's artillery is not lasting much longer. But hey, the Chicken is down in the yellow, so that's something. And we have Saison over here to the west. He's producing his own artillery pieces. And the Chicken's best choice, I think, at this engagement is just to push into the base and kill everything off with the Ion Storm. We have Monkey Lord in the east. Actually, Chicken gets distracted by that. That'll give enough time for this Chicken for Team 1 to intercept and maybe protect this artillery base. And that is a dead Monkey Lord. Storm Lantern, not Storm Lantern. Storm Lantern stuff is done, but Will-O-Wisp FAF Boy is retreating. We have Chicken v Chicken fight, and the Chicken is dead. So that doesn't really work out for Team 2. Lots of reclaim for Team 1 to scoop up there. How's the artillery piece going? It's halfway done. It looks like he's already primed a second location as well. Eco currently sitting at 1.7 to 1.4. Boy is the leader in that at 600, while Willow is at 1K. So doing very, very well at upgrading all those mexes and catching up to Team 1 in totality. Maybe use this to Team 1 spam text to loot this Nemo. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Ooh, Billy Duke inbound. Kill off a couple of Othams sitting in a pond. And then waiting to intercept those Percy's. Oh, at this point, might as well not even move them in. Billy Duke is halfway there. I mean, he should be already at 5 ed. Yeah, he's already at 5 ed at this point. Oh, that's going to be great. Percy might be a little bit too close. Gets singed. No, kaboom. Nice grab there. Kills off everything in the water. Nice grab there. Make nuke after, says Kavanaugh. Trying to think about how to end the game. Air fight in the middle of the map. Team 2 loses it. Team 1 gains air control. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's air dominance. Or, not supremacy yet. That's 100. But air dominance for Team 1. Chicken intercepting the group of Percy's to the west. We have the Fat Boy trying to get around the artillery base here for Team 1. And Percy's don't look like they're stacking up too well to intercept that Chicken. Yeah, looks like they are doing so. We have one of them actually in the water, so that's not super helpful. And the Fat Boy has to retreat. Gunships are inbound to intercept. Another Chicken inbound. Artillery is almost done. It's almost in the green. Anything in the rear guard air slot? No. Fat Boy online here for him. Chicken. More chickens. It's just the chicken factory over there. Another Fat Boy on the eastern side here for Team 2. That is a dead. Oh, can he? Oh, too late. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, he gets a couple of them. Hey, that's something. He gets a couple of those whalers from that Billy Nuke. Bug? No, I don't. Again, I don't like the bug. No, that's not a bug. But that is that's a megalith. Chicken is dead, but that's Team 1's mass. So at the end of the day, just a couple of Percy's died. So Team 1 has a little bit more reclaim to scoop up from Team 2's dead Percy's. It's another experimental off the board, to be fair, but I don't know. I feel like probably would have been better off to maybe lure it out a little bit, but there's only so much you can do. Tactical nuke started here for Lieutenant Lynch in the actually middle. Where's Moiscom? Yeah, he has attack missile still online, and Monkey Lord and Crab stacking up. Another monkey lord can be built up by Storm. 2 chickens on the eastern side with a Fat Boy. 33 minutes on the clock. Team 1 has 5 players left, only losing Kavanaugh. Team 2 has lost Clinch, Themo, Azuros, and Rygeyes, making this a 5v2. Team 2 and Team 1 map control roughly about 50%. Team 1 is going for a lot of experimentals right now and a bomber currently, so that'd be interesting to watch. Team 2's Willow going for an artillery piece, and that is actually almost done. So let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game at 33-33. Thank you so much for watching to this point in the video. Hopefully everybody has been enjoying. And if you have, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. As we go to another Billy Nuke landing over here. I don't know what it shot at, but it shot at something. Lots of artillery bases being built to deal with the Fat Boys from Team 2. Reclaim situation. Team 1 is winning, but Team 2 isn't doing half bad. 100,000 mass reclaimed for them. Artillery is done. Second one immediately started, and as I always say, where are all the shields? There's only one shield that's not even on. Willow, fix your power. What are you doing? Oh, fix that. That's bad. Fix that. That's bad. Because he doesn't have enough power, he's not producing as much mass. ASF's inbound to protect the gunships here from Team 1. More and more AA is being deployed, which is good to see from Team 2, but that is going to be hyper-focused by those whalers. And we have more flak inbound. I think the Fat Boy... the Fat Boy would definitely be the target to go after if we're going to go after one of the 3 experimentals. That's the dead Fat Boy here for Team 2. ASFs want to kill off the gunships, but they don't want to take the fight because they'll definitely lose it. So nice combat there by Team 1. Moi has the ASFs and one player has the gunships. I love that play because it's a lot easier. Not essentially a lot easier to control, but in the sense that one player has the attack and one player has the defense, so it's easy to divvy that up. Nuke started here for Team 1's Moi. That's just built shortly. And artillery is inbound, it looks like, for Broby's base. Is the artillery full range? Meaning, like, can you shoot it on the entire map? Yes, bar that tiny little corner. So, yes, the entire map. So that is good to see. There goes the artillery shot. Lands right next to that P-Gen. Takes out the shielding. Bomber inbound to slowly eat away the front line. ASFs will take the fight, and they'll take the death of the bomber. Oh, does he? Oh, just barely gets away. Ooh, that was very close for that bomber. But Team 1 now has air dominance. Sorry, not air dominance. Air supremacy at 100 ASFs more than Team 2. Roughly. And that air grid not looking too hot. Already taking some losses. Hits the shield. Second artillery needs to be built very quickly to be able to actually punch through all of that artillery, all that shielding. Bomber lands. Not the engineers. They were just trying to feed their families. Oh, what did they do wrong? Kills off a Percy or 2. And Flak does a little bit more damage to that bomber. Doesn't kill it off, but definitely makes it rethink its day. Billy Nuke lands, taking out a chunk of the frontline forces here for Storm. There's 2 monkeys, 1 chicken. Sorry, 2 monkeys, 1 mega versus 2 chickens and 1 Fat Boy. And it looks like they're going to push more in a northward direction. Maybe try to go after Moi's base. Do they know about the... They do know about the nuke, so it's something to think about. 3 chickens lining the western approach here for Team 2's Willow. Lots of land spam inbound, lots of Percys, lots of Cougars, and the whatnot. No artillery yet here for Team 2's regular sub player. And yeah, just a couple of artillery pieces here for Team 2. Another bomber has been started. And yeah, just a long-range nuke here for Team 1. That's it. Well, I guess most nukes are full range, but I think everybody knows what I mean. Billy Nuke is inbound from Lieutenant Lynch. That should be shot down. There's a lot of experimental stacking up here. Yeah, it gets shot down. I was going to say, bomber lands. That one's the dead one, but it takes out a chunk of those land forces. So that's a great grab there. Team 2 loses a couple more ASFs. Gunships transferred over to Mori instead of being under the control of Broby. So I wonder why he did that. And they are inbound for the chickens. Those are some dead chickens. We have a mix of flak and single target in terms of the Cougars and the flak. I love the mix. because you can focus down a couple of the units and really kill them off very quickly, and then the flak helps kind of spread all that damage around. One chicken is dead. They'll take the land fight, even if that group of gunships just evaporates. It's going to go well for Team 1. So eastern side is starting to collapse. We have a couple of inbound Authams down the middle. So unless Team 2 can really kill off a couple of stuff in their bases, second artillery is done. And it is going after Carl's base? No, it's going further. Is it going for Sizalan's base? Yeah, it looks like going for Sizalan's base. He's building an artillery piece as we speak. I don't know about going after this base right now. Yeah, there's an artillery being built. It is going to take a while to be built. I feel like the nuke is definitely a more concerning aspect. Does he have an SMD? Yes, he does. It isn't loaded. Does he have an SMD here? Yes. Is it loaded? Yes. That might be a target for a couple of players on Team 1 is taking out the SMD so the nuke can come in and just fillet everything alive. 38 minutes and counting. Team 1 on the land is doing very, very well. And we have a bomber, of course, online. And the air. They're doing very well in the air as well. Team 2 on the long-range stuff doing pretty well, of course, because they have artillery and Team 1 does not. But Team 1 does have a nuke, so that is something to be concerned about. No SMD here. Don't like there's no SMD right here. There could be an avenue for nuking the air grid, because this SMD isn't far enough over. Let's see. There's the nuke. Oh, no. It definitely can hit that air grid. Oh, yeah. So that's a dead air grid here for Team 2 here shortly. That's not good. ASF stacking up here for Willow as well, so he's getting into the air game, so at least there'll be some sort of air grid once that air grid is nuked, because I know it's going to be nuked, and it's almost loaded, so we'll see. Do you fire immediately, or do you wait? No. Okay. Watch, I'm going to look away, go look at something else, about 10 seconds or so. I will tell you into the artillery, says Carl. T2 PD stacking up. And given the fact that Team 1 is up 5 players to Team 2's 2, Team 1 losing a player isn't the worst thing, because all of that player's match just obviously goes to somebody else, and they're still up 2-1. So it's not like they're losing a huge amount of advantage. Strat bomber's inbound. Oh, there goes the bomber. It's going to land. The bomb payload has been deployed. Ooh, all the artilleries are gone anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, that is rough. Might already dead. His sights on. That doesn't matter. Team 1 killed off 2 artillery pieces. We have air at least, says Azuros. Looks like there was an air fight, so that went Team 2's way. All of the chickens are dead. All the chickens are not dead here for Team 1. Oh, all the lightning storms going off. That's never fun. Scout for tele target, says Carl. I mean, you can scout for the air grid over there. And that's a dead chicken. We have some Percy's inbound from the east. That's another dead chicken. That's going to be another dead chicken. That megalith is just like barely out of range of a couple of... Oh, no, never mind. He's going to walk into the ion storms. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. You're going to lose a lot of hit points that way. Ooh, that's... Oh, okay, the ion storms are dead. But not great. Boo nuke lands. The artilleries are dead. That's very unfortunate for Willow. He's building a new one right here. I mean, he has a lot... Actually, he was already building one there, to be fair. There's a lot of mass right on his doorstep to scoop up, so there's that. Nuke still is not fired on the air grid, unless there's another SMD that I just don't see. I don't understand why this air grid is still alive, or at least this part of the air grid. This air grid technically is still protected because of the range of that, but this would definitely go down. Maybe telly here and kill air grid. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Artillery is almost done. Gunship spam, says Sizoan. Where? What? I don't see any gunship spams. That's a lot of air. Get Sam's lost big time, says Mui. So Team 1's already trying to counter in Team 2's ASF count. Or bombers, whatever. Yolona time, says Azuros. I mean, maybe. I would love to see a game ender. I mean, every game I love to see a game ender. Teleporter done for Carl. Team 1, 2.3k mass. Team 2, 1.6. Willow's at 1,000 mass himself. And then Mui is the second player behind him at almost 800. And you can definitely see that be displayed. Team 2 just does not have the amount of experimentals online that Team 1 does. 1 Fat Boy versus 4 megaliths and 3 chickens. 3 monkeys. That's a lot of firepower to deal with. Gunships need to be spammed up, either T2 or T3. Or even T1. Maybe not T1. T1's probably not with it. Baby Nuke inbound to try to kill off some of those land units. The Fat Boy didn't stop moving, and that Fat Boy is now dead. There it goes. T3 UEF for Sizalan says, Sizalan. Artillery trying to be spammed up. Fat Boy not going to be built in time. Artillery says Azuros. There's artillery landing on the air grid here for Team 2. And still the nuke has not been launched. Where is it? Oh, it's over here to the north. That's Broby's not experimental, but artillery piece. Otham's down the middle. SMD will most likely go down here. 2 chickens inbound to sandwich this forest. The SMD is targeted and is down. Nuke should be launched at some point. Still hasn't been launched. I do feel like that is just a missed opportunity for not trying to kill off the air grid sooner rather than later. Second artillery piece is almost done here for Willow. He's cannibalized the first one. Maybe he didn't even get the wreck for that one, maybe. Or maybe he did. I don't know. Strap bombers inbound. They're going after another SMD. Oh, the shields hold. Lovely attempt at snipe there. Artillery going to land on that SMD. Carl teleports in and kills off a section of the air grid with the artillery's help. So that's a dead player for Team 1. Drops his game to a 4v2. Still in Team 1's favor. And looks like the shot was coming from there. Oh, it's coming from up here to the northwest. It's just an artillery game at this point. 45 minutes almost on the clock. It was nice playing survival. It's getting hard, says Themo. Can't stop the push to the west. There is, a decent amount of T2 artillery there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 experimentals. 4 of them are megas. And a lot of HP. Lots of mobile AA behind them to protect. And that air grid is essentially going to be killed off here shortly. Second artillery piece is done. Is he going to do a third? Can't risk an air fight, says Broby. I mean, yeah, definitely Team 2 is going to win that fight. Lots of inbound megas. There's a lot of ground support. And, a chunk of the Air Force is dead from that artillery strike. SMD is being protected, and that Mega might be on a mission to kill off an SMD or 2. Artillery raining in on this position to the north. The artillery is not shielded at this point. It's trying to be upgraded so that the shield comes back online. Nice! They come back online at the not the last moment, but, a moment. And Crab is dead. Another chunk of the Air Force is killed off by artillery pieces. There's 2 of them raining in on this SMD. This is going to be the linchpin of SMDs. There's another backup one right here, and it's almost loaded. So I love the backups. It's fine now. Can someone confirm? What? If I am the lag, I will leave. Okay, that's what he's talking about. T2 gunships can't really do a whole lot. There's a lot of AA nearby. 2 chickens going to storm the front gates. Where'd those chickens go from the west? They went that way. So that didn't really go anywhere, I guess. We have Lieutenant Lynch launching Billy Nuke after Billy Nuke after Billy Nuke has a transport next door to him. Gunships inbound to try to assist. Kills off the force of but the chicken below it. 2 dead chickens for Team 2. Billy Nuke lands. We have megas. We have air grid being taken out. SMD is down. There is the SMD right here just as a backup. Will that nuke actually launch at this point? It's finally launching. There it is. First nuke of the game. It's going to land on this piece of the air grid that is not protected by an SMD. And that mega is inbound, and I don't think it's going to be stopped. Hey, the artillery actually from Team 1 hit it. That's not helpful. Chicken is down. There's just too much land. Another nuke outbound here for Team 1, I would surmise. SMD is down. Actually, that's actually from this same nuke launcher. Look at that. Third artillery, coming online. Oh, the air grid is just not looking good. There goes the nuke. Kaboom! Nice grab there. Mega is down. The air fight is won by Team 2. But, SMD, will you grab it? No, just barely out of range. ASF, you need to move. Ooh, kaboom. Gets sent a little bit. Did that actually fire? It did fire. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's way too late to fire. It looked like, did it fire? I think it did. Somebody would have to rewind the video because I think it fired. and there's just too much of a land invasion for Team 2 to handle at this point. And again, it's just 8 p.m. Just stormed the gates, killed off a ton of mass. Team 2, almost half the income of Team 1. And artillery is down. We still have one about to be done, 2 of them done over here. A third one on the way. Nuke over here to the north with a satellite almost done. UEF doing UEF things, of course. And a 4th one has been started by Willow. I think if the artillery was online for as long as it was initially, I think this game might have been in Team 2's favor. But those artilleries being knocked out for a while definitely helped out Team 1 getting a defense and getting their own artilleries online. Shoot already, says Azuros. I don't know. This game is kind of trending in one direction. I don't really know if Team 2 has enough. They're targeting Broby's base. Shielding is being assisted quite heavily. I don't know if they have much remaining in this base, but you know, the nuke over here, the satellite. I do like how the satellite is a square and not a circle. It's a curved square, so it's easily identified. And then the satellite should be down this way somewhere. Oh, look, satellite online for Team 2. Look at that. Going to snipe the rest of the air grid from those Corsairs. Great grab there from Storm. Oh, there's the satellite. There it is. Artillery has been targeted by Team 1. Needs more shielding, Willow. It's like needs more salt, but needs more shielding. Ooh, not looking too good. It's targeting this artillery piece from Team 1 Saison once again. Laser coming online to get some vision. Team 1 heavily assisting that shielding. Ooh, not looking too good. Number 4 is coming online here shortly. Land invasion is prepping once again. It's just a constant stream of shots. Ooh, the shield's about to be knocked out. Ooh, not looking too good. 4th artillery piece is almost done. Shielding is down. One more shot will knock off the last shield. This will be a dead base. Shield is online over there, but it doesn't protect much. Ooh, there it goes. There is the artillery for Team 2. It is gone. Team 1 had 4 artillery pieces. They almost knocked out the ones from Team 1. And there is the retreat order from Team 2, Willow and Lieutenant Lynch. And that is the game here, folks. Team 1 wins the game by artillery. And obviously a huge amount of land. But Team 2 knew at that point with those artillery pieces gone, that's really their last hope of fighting off Team 1. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite moment of the video was. I will apologize. I'm still kind of stuffy and whatnot from being sick, so it's weird. I'm getting more and more sick, which is weird. Usually I'm sick for like a couple days, and I'm not sick for months, but for some reason it's just kind of constant, which is very annoying. But MVP for me, I mean, Mui did a very good job with air. Not Mui. Shoot. Yeah, Mui did a very good job with air. Wait, hold on. No. So, Kamenov. But that's right, because Kamenov died over here. But I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense. He's not Seraphim. But yeah, Mui was the air player. That's right. Yeah, the Storm did a very good job on land. Really just punched through the eastern side. I think it's a combination of Storm's land push and then Mui's attack with the artillery, with the bomber coming in to take out this group of artillery. Like I said, I think if these were online for as long as they were initially, the game would be totally different in terms of the main bases for Team 1. So I do think that strike was definitely vital for Mui. So I might just give it to him. But I don't know, there is something to be said about that land push to the east from Storm. So let me know down in the comments who you would pick for MVP. Thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video. And I will see all of you in the next one.